While it may be tempting to spend an afternoon stuck in an Instagram vortex watching people film their workouts that they did, that you're now watching them do the workout that you're not doing because you're watching them do a workout, it would actually be more beneficial if you just did a yoga sequence with me. Today's yoga sequence is 40 minutes long. It's focused mostly around the legs and the core, and there is a very long but very calming, relaxing shavasana at the end. So let's just get on with it. Okay, before we begin the practice, we're going to do a little bit of movement prep to just keep the yoga practice as safe as we possibly can. So first things first, let's work with our wrists, get them warmed up, switched on. You're going to take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. It doesn't matter, we're going to do both sides, so whichever hand you grab. Pull the forearm in close to your body, flatten out your palm and make it nice and stiff. So really energize through the fingertips, keep them stuck together, okay? And from here, we want a little bit of firmness throughout the rest of the body, so we're irradiating. You're then gonna start to move your wrist through its range of motion. So we're going around. Those of you that have done wrist cars, you'll know exactly what these are. Controlled articular rotations. And you're just going to go ahead and get on with them. For those of you that are like, what the hell are we doing? This isn't yoga. Basically, what we're trying to do is just isolate some articulation through this joint, the wrist joint, which gets a lot of load during the yoga practice, right? So what we're trying to do is keep these two bones here, your forearm bones in nice and stiff, and we're just moving through the wrist. Take it around in the other direction now. So if you haven't already, switch sides. Notice I'm not twisting. None of this. This is a bit pointless. We want to see how effectively our wrist moves, okay? Everything else stays nice and still. You're not moving your fingers, they stay still. Ooh, you get a little bit of a burn on too through the forearm. Okay, other side. Grab hold, pull the elbow in nice and close, flatten out the palm, and then from here we start to move through. So we go into flexion, extension, ooh, keeping the fingers together and really trying to take that full range. And just pay attention to anywhere you're experiencing pain through the joint. If you're getting any closing angle joint pain, so if you get pain here when we go into this position, or here when we go into this position, or on the side when we go like this, that's closing angle joint pain. That is not something to be ignored. That's something you need to get checked out with a practitioner, because that's only going to get worse. Keep those forearms nice and still. Don't worry, we'll get on with the yoga practice soon, but this is really important and it's so easily neglected. And there's nothing worse than having painful, achy wrists, because it impacts your yoga practice, your handstand practice, even just being able to do push-ups, weights, everything. It's very frustrating. Okay, give those a shake out. Alrighty, we're then gonna work core, switch it on a little bit. Let's come onto our backs. When you come onto your back, now I have to be careful because my mic is here, but when you come onto your back, you're gonna lie nice and straight. You're gonna take the hands behind the head, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're gonna lift up. Now, when I lift up, that's right where my mic is, but I want you to be really rounded here and keeping the belly flat. Okay, so you're just gonna have your hands behind your head, looking down, and I want you to see that your belly stays flat. Notice there's a little gap here, okay? And that's natural, but we're actually gonna start to imprint the spine. So what I'd like you to do now, and I have to lift up a little bit higher than I would like to, but that's better. You know what? I'm just gonna do this, okay? Much better. I'll plug it back in a sec. All right, so we're gonna tuck the tailbone and keep everything nice and flat, draw the stomach in. Okay, we're coming into a hollow body position. Now, if you are really struggling to find that, you're gonna bend your knees a little instead, okay? And then I just want you to play with that position between when you start to feel like your legs start to get straight and then, oh no, you lose it. So I want you to find the difference. Tucking that tailbone, extending and just seeing, okay, where is that point where I can no longer hold that hollow body position? Hands can come to the back of the head for a little bit of support, but I do want you to feel like you're strengthening your neck. Okay, a little bit of neck strain is normal. Strengthening and activation through the neck is different to you feeling a lot of pain. How are we going in that position? Are you guys shaking yet? Okay, we're gonna hold it for another 5, belly flat, 4, spine imprinted on the floor, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we're going to roll onto our front. So now from this forward facing position, I want you to come into almost like you're going to come into cobra. So legs together. I want you to squeeze your glutes first thing and tuck your tailbone. Roll the shoulders back and begin to lift your chest off. Then take your hands off, tucking the chin in. We're going to hold it here. Breathing. Now notice glutes are squeezed. Belly is in, tailbone is tucking, pubic bone pushes into the floor. I'm squeezing and hugging the shoulder blades back. We're going to stay here and then start to extend the arms forward. As you go further forward, you increase the load on the back and the glutes. This is fine. Bring it back in. Squeeze. Take it out. Bring it back in. Take it out. Bring it back in. Take it out. And then bring it back in and release. Bend your knees and press back into child's pose. So toes together, knees out wide. We're just gonna melt forward here. Drop the head down. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. And exhale. All right, inhale, come forward. We're now going to come into side plank. This gets a little bit neglected, okay? So your lateral core stability is important. You're gonna bring the left forearm down to the floor. Palm faces down. From there, we're gonna straighten both legs and we're sort of in a plank. From there, I'm gonna tip my heels over to the left side. Now, beginners, or anyone feels like this is really difficult, you can keep this hand here for a little bit of support. If you're really struggling, you can move into a kneeling side plank position. This is also a really nice regression. Otherwise, straight legs, take the top arm up towards the ceiling, and we're just holding here for another 10, 9, belly in, 8, ribs down, 6, squeeze the glutes, 5, 4, 3, 2, let's change sides. Forearm down, take the heels over to the other side. If you need to, knees can come down to the floor, side kneeling plank, or maybe you're in this variation, or maybe we're here. We're pushing the floor away, holding for 10, squeeze the glutes, 9, ribs down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it back, push it up, bend the knees, look forward, hop to a cross-seated position at the top of your mat, and then go ahead and lie down on your back. I always forget about that microphone. God damn. All right, straight legs. Okay, come to interlace your fingers. Arms reach up above your head. Point the toes, big inhale in here. And then exhale, take your arms by your side. Tuck the tailbone, palms face up at the ceiling. Eyes are closed. No, we're not in Shavasana. I mean, we are in Shavasana, but this is not the end of the practice. We're only just getting started. I have you here in Shavasana because I want you to start to focus on the breath. So big inhalation, full exhalation. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So starting to find the pace at which we're going to move through this practice. Inhaling 3 seconds, exhaling 3 to 4 seconds. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, take the breath in. Hold it. Exhale 4, 3, so slight restriction at the back of the throat. 2, to slow down the breath. 1, empty the lungs completely. Come to interlace the fingers. Arms reach up, point the toes. Inhale here. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Now you're gonna rock up really gently. I can't. because of this mic. So rock up, and just rock up a couple of times, and then you're going to come all the way into an all fours position, hands to the floor, and we'll get started. I'm going to turn around. So from here, spread the fingers nice and wide, drop the belly down, lift up through the head and the hips. Heart opens, shoulders pull back. Inhale here. So now syncing the breath with the movement. Exhale, belly button to the spine, push the floor away, head down. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and the hips. Heart opens, shoulders pull back. Exhale, belly button to the spine, push the floor away, head down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Inhale, come back to a flat back. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. But before you go there, I want you to push into all 10 fingers, please. Make sure we're pushing down, making use of the muscles in your hands and obviously your forearms, not just dumping all the weight into the wrists and leaning on that retinaculum, okay, which is going to inflame and cause pain in the wrists if we're not careful. So pressing into all 10 fingers, lift the knees off, and then press back. And you want to make sure you're pressing into the thumb and the index finger as much as you're pressing into the pinkies. Let the head drop down, shake out your head yes and no, and then just go ahead and walk out through the heel, straightening one leg, bending the other. Move your hips from side to side, loosen it out a little bit, and then come back to the breath, just in case you lost it there. So inhaling and exhaling. Let's find a little bit more vinyasa, one breath per movement, okay? So inhale, round forward into your high push-up position. Lower down as you exhale. Come all the way to the floor. Release the tops of the feet. Roll the shoulders back, cobra pose. And remember, when we take upward facing dog, knees, hips, and thighs come off. But the other thing you need to remember is that we really want to squeeze the shoulders down and back. Now, pike from here as you exhale. Lower belly pulls in as though you're using your stomach muscles to get you back into downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, take it down. Either cobra or straight to up dog. Shoulder blades hug back, activating through your back musculature. Inhale, belly pulls in, press back, pike it to downward facing dog. Good, walk out through the heels. Open up through the back of the legs. Let's take it one more time, yeah? You ready? Inhale, round forward. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, open it up into up dog or cobra, activating your buck. And then press back, downward facing dog. I totally meant to say buck. It's the new way. Instead, agapya. Come all the way up into your forward fold. Belly pulls in. Your feet are hip distance apart, so 2 fists fit in between the feet. Bend at the knees. Don't be afraid to bend your knees here. And then really hang forward. Shake out your head, yes and no. Take hold of either elbow. Swing your body from side to side. Alrighty. I want you to really surrender here. I'm kind of lulling you into a false sense of relaxation because this is going to be quite a strong practice. So I really want you to find a sense of calm, relaxation in the mind. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Release the arms. Hands come to the shins, straighten the arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, grab the back of the legs, hug the legs in and stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hug in and stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Fingertips come to the floor, toe heel your feet back together. Unroll all the way up to standing. Stack each vertebra one at a time. Don't rush this. As your head lifts, roll the shoulders down and back. And then we'll take the arms up. Inhale. Palms together, exhale, hands come back to the heart, relax the shoulders, find Tadasana. So relaxing your shoulders as much as possible here. Close your eyes, we'll take a quick body scan. So notice your feet, notice where the weight is, notice how you're scrunching your toes, are they relaxed? Is your weight centered over one more than the other? Start to shift from side to side and then back and forth and find a bit more of a center of gravity. Then we're going to lift all 10 toes and then sort of place them down, almost like trying to get them one at a time, which is very difficult. And then from there, activate your quads so your kneecaps lift. Okay. Tuck your tailbone, glutes squeeze. Belly pulls in, little mini posterior pelvic tilt, okay? This is anterior, we want posterior. Ribs are down, a tiny bit of kyphosis, so that rounded upper body posture. Don't freak out. Don't freak out, because what I want is for you to breathe into the back of the ribs. Hands are at the heart. Big inhale here. Full exhale. Big inhale, back of the ribs. Exhale. Okay, now we can start to open the shoulders back a little bit, standing slightly taller, but still feeling as though you're breathing into the back body as well as the front. Tuck the chin in, back of the neck lengthens, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Let's try and find this every time we come back to Tadasana. It's a really important, underrated posture for developing good posture and balancing your weight in harmony with gravity. Release the arms down to the floor, eyes open, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, we're gonna dive forward. So turn the palms out, start to hinge at the hips. Imagine you're taking this delicious dive into the ocean. Drop your head down, inhale, halfway lift. Hold the breath as you plant the palms, bend your knees as you need to. We're just gonna step back into a push-up position. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, knees, hips, thighs off, shoulders down and back. Exhale, belly pulls in, press back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath out. Bend your knees, look forward. Step the feet up to the hands. Just step for this first one. We've got plenty of time to build on this practice. Trust me, enjoy the rest while you get it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. No hands, you're actually going to reach them back and you're going to use your stomach muscles to pull yourself in. Oh, hello hamstrings, stretching here. Inhale, come up using the hamstrings by driving up, reversing that sort of swan dive, lifting, driving the hips forward, lengthening up. Inhale, exhale, hands back to the heart, Tadasana, squeezing the glutes, posterior pelvic tilt, ribs down, shoulders relaxed, chin in, back of the neck long. Release the arms, inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Hold the breath, plant the palms. If you're going for the jump, you jump to chaturanga, not to high plank. You ready? Exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, pike. Use your lower abs to pull you back. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Bend your knees, look forward. If you're gonna jump, think hips high rather than forward. So rather than going like this, we go up and float in. Halfway lift here, inhale. No hands, exhale. Use your abs. Come up to standing, inhale, reverse that swan dive. Arms up, exhale, hands back to the heart. Release the arms. Inhale, arms up. Swan dive, exhale. Inhale, halfway. Hold the breath, plant the palms, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, pike. Downward facing. Take a deep breath in here. Release a full breath out. Shake out your head, yes and no. All right, bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop, feet up. Halfway lift. Exhale, no hands. Come up to standing, inhale. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Relax the shoulders, belly pulls in. Have a look at your toes. Make sure the toes are together, heels are very slightly apart, okay? From here, we're gonna swing the arms back. You're gonna sit down low. Keep your fingertips on the floor. Really bend at the knees here. Nice dorsiflexion. Working on that ankle mobility. Come into Utkatasana, standing chair pose. So get nice and low, okay? It's not standing bar stool pose, standing chair, okay? So sitting nice and deep. Belly in. Exhale. Fold forward. Interlace the fingers behind the back and hug the shoulder blades in together, dropping the head. Release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the palms, step or jump back. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Feet are together. Good. From here, lift the right leg high. Inhale, that was my left. As you exhale, bend the knee, hug in, and try to get it all the way up in between the hands. If it didn't make it, grab your ankle, pull it all the way. Crescent lunge, sink through the hips. We're gonna keep the crescent lunge as we lift up. I know that's not traditional, but that's what we're going with. It's safer on your hips and your back. Come all the way up. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, sink. Inhale, look up to the thumbs if you can. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Step back into push-up. Maybe keep this right leg lifted as you lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, pike. Using your abs. Downward facing. Left leg lifts up. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Hug in, step it. Come up, inhale. Exhale, sink. Ribs down. Inhale, reach up. Look up to the thumbs if you can and don't fall over like I am. Exhale, hands down. Step it back. Leg stays lifted, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Release a full breath out. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop, feet up to the hands. Halfway. No hands. Exhale, make sure those toes are touching. We come straight back down. Utkatasana, sitting deep. Lifting into that standing chair position. I want you to, rather than just feeling this all burn through your quads, split the mat apart or attempt to split the mat apart by really pushing the feet out. That external rotation will get your glutes to fire while you're sitting down deep into this position. Arms reach. One more round. Exhale, fold forward, interlace the fingers, hug the shoulder blades in. Halfway lift, inhale. Hold the breath, plant the palms, step or jump back. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg lifts, inhale. Step the foot forward, exhale. Come straight up into the lunge, inhale. Exhale, straight back down. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg, inhale. Step the foot forward, exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, take it down. All the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shake out your head, yes and no, back of the neck relaxes. Press into all 10 fingers, right leg lifts, inhale. Step the foot forward, exhale. Coming into the lunge. Press into both feet, inhale, arms reach up. Standing sequence, hook the thumbs and start to lengthen up and back, but press your arms into your head and your head sort of into your arms, lifting and stretching. We're then gonna open into warrior two. Back foot flattens to the floor, exhale. Notice what happens to my ribs, okay? So as I come into that warrior two position, I want to feel like exhale, ribs down, shoulders relax. I'm going to bend deeper into this warrior two position. Front leg straightens, inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and hold. Press into both feet. We're gonna pulse here for 10, 9, both feet pressing down, 8, 7, so you feel this activate, 6, 5, 4, go deeper, come on, 3, 2, 1. Good, from there, reach as far forward as you can. Take the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. If that's not available to you today, place it on a block on whichever level works for you, okay? Whatever position you take, top arm reaches forward, but I don't want you to come into a position where you're just kind of like sagging and resting into it, making the shape, okay? So we want to be nice and active. So almost like you could take that bottom hand off and still hold this position. Keep holding here for 3, for 2, we're all going to take that bottom hand off, and 1, use the strength of your legs and core to pull you back up, front leg straightens. Keep it straight, exhale, extend your arms. Inhale here, feel the back ribs expand. Exhale, reach forward, take the right hand down to the right shin, left arm comes up towards the ceiling, twist and open. Same thing here, you can take whatever variation works for you, but whatever variation you do take, don't get saggy. Okay, so I've seen this too many times over the years of teaching. It's like, okay, I want you to feel like you're active. Hold here and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Good, look down to the floor. Take the top arm forward, bottom arm forward. Pull back up, inhale, exhale, bend. Flip that front palm, reach it up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Step back into push-up. Right leg stays lifted, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Take child's pose, exhale, pressing back. All right, so we're gonna work the other side, but before we do, let's take a deep breath in. Release a full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. All right, inhale, pull forward, all fours position, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, let's go. Left side, inhale, take it all the way up. Step it forward, in between the hands, come up into the lunge. Inhale, both legs need to firm up. Don't let the front leg do all the work. Back leg strong too. Inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Okay, so actually come back into your crescent lunge. Sorry guys, hook the thumbs, reach up. I want you to just get a front stretch through the front of your hip, all the way up through the obliques on that right side. Lift, and then back into warrior 2. Now when you're in that warrior 2 position, the habit now is to have those flared ribs. So exhale, close it, like zip it all back up, right? So ribs come down, we breathe into the back body, bend deeply, press into both feet. Relax the shoulders. Front leg straightens, inhale, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Watch the knee tracking forward over the ankle, over the toes. Exhale. Come down, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Watch that knee, don't let it drop in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lean forward, hand comes down to the inside. If you need a block, go ahead and grab it. Top arm reaches over. Nothing gets saggy. Press into everything, active, like you're pushing into the floor, like you're yielding away from the earth with every part of your body, every inch. Press down, we're active, okay? Hold for 3, 2, bottom arm reaches. Hold, push up, 1. Inhale, keep it straight, exhale, arms release. Inhale here, lengthen, reach forward, exhale, hand comes down to the shin, top arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Open up through the rib cage here, belly pulls in, look at my glute. I squeeze and tuck, holding here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Look down, bottom hand reaches forward, top arm reaches forward, we pull back up. Inhale, exhale, hand comes down to the floor. Flip that front palm, reach up and back.
And then cuddle your hands down to the floor, step back into push-up. Keep the leg lifted, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. All the way, bend your knees, look forward. Hop to a cross-seated position at the top of the mat. Hug the knees into your chest. I'm gonna come down slowly because of my mic. Good. Alrighty. Okay. Hug the knees in, rock from side to side, massaging out through the lower back. We're gonna do a little bit of core, and then we'll come into shavasana and rest. Okay, from here, take the hands to the back of the head, lift the head and shoulders off the floor, and look down at your stomach. Push into the feet and feel like you're pushing to tuck your tailbone down so that your spine comes down to the floor. Lift the left leg, extend it up towards the ceiling, and take it all the way down so that it starts to hover in that extended position. Now notice what happens to your stomach. Does it blow up to the ceiling? You want to keep it pulling down. Bring it back up, release, change. So extend, take it down, up, and change. The whole way through, I want you to see if you can maintain the ribs down as much as possible, and at the same time, stomach flat and spine imprinted on the floor. We're gonna step it up a second. If you're already struggling with this, this is as far as you're gonna go. If you feel like you can take it a little bit further, move into a tabletop position. Arms reach forward, left leg, straighten, extend, back up, change. So maybe you're staying with this variation, but whatever you do, everything has to stay really flat on the floor here, yeah? And try not to bring these knees too far forward. This just makes it easy. So knees stacked over the hips. We come into extension. We bring it back. Extend, down, up, and back. Last one this side. Whoop. Extend, down, up, and back. Hug the knees into the chest. Release your head down onto the floor. Arms by your side, both legs lifting up. If you're new to this sort of ab training, keep your knees bent here, okay? And from here, we're taking sort of hip lifts or reverse crunches. So if your knees are bent, lifting off, coming back down. But notice I'm not trying not to like just swing back and forth with my arms pushing into the floor. I'm really trying to just feel like my abs are doing the work. Slightly harder is take your arms up and just feel like you're curling using your abs. Harder. Legs up straight, arms by your side, and rather than feeling like you're rocking back and forth, you're gonna pick a point on the ceiling, even just an imaginary point, and imagine you're gonna try and touch it. Notice what happens. I'm not going this way. The point is not over my head. The point is actually more so in front of my head, okay? Wherever you are, whatever variation you're taking, we've got 20 reps. So either here, knees bent, or here, or we're down here. If you are doing this variation, you probably will need your arms a little. We ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, don't use momentum, 12, 13, try not to just swing your legs forward, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good from here. Hands come to the back of the head. Head and shoulders lift off. We're either here, 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 or here, or hardest variation here for another 10, 9, belly flat, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Good work, guys. Okay, moving into shavasana. But before we do, soles of the feet together, knees rest out wide, lift the hips and tuck the tailbone. Alrighty. Take a deep breath in, release a full breath out. If this is too intense for you today, by all means, you don't have to do it. You could take this variation, actually work your internal rotation. I would encourage that for a lot of people. Take the arms up above the head, either holding onto a wrist or either elbow. Take a deep breath in. Release a full breath out. ahead, take your arms down by your side and carry the knees in together. Hug the knees into the chest, squeezing the knees in. Gently rock from side to side. Allow your arms to rest all the way down, legs to rest all the way down. Eyes are closed, tailbone is tucked. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. And allow yourself to rest here. So I'm going to take you through a guided shavasana now. Obviously, if you don't have the time, you don't have to stay here for it. But I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to just stay in this position while we go through a guided relaxation. You have to remember that relaxation is a practice as well. It doesn't just happen naturally. So we need to train the mind and the body into relaxation, particularly if we're already highly strung, or we sit on the more highly strung side of life.
Now is a good time to grab a cushion if you haven't already, and you can place this under the neck so that it supports the natural curvature of your neck. It's also extremely comfortable to place a pillow or a folded blanket under your knees, and this takes pressure off your hip flexors and consequently spine and pelvis, making it way more comfortable on your back. Bring the feet about shoulder distance apart, adjusting the distance until you feel the hip joints relax and your femur can just kind of externally rotate and fully melt into the floor underneath you. Draw the shoulder blades down away from the ears and slide them towards one another until they seem to rest flat against the floor underneath you. Let the weight of your upper body rest on the shoulder blades. And then just start to move your arms so that they're slightly away from the body with your palms facing up at the ceiling. Gently lengthen your lower back by lifting your hips and tucking your tailbone. The lower back retains a natural arch, but this arch is not exaggerated. When you're ready, close your eyes. Turn your head side to side a few times, gradually resting it upright and in the center, nestled on the cushion under your neck. Now let's just take a moment to observe the body, adjusting it to make it as comfortable as possible. A twisted seam of clothing that pushes unevenly against your body or a lopsided pillow can be distracting when we come into stillness. So adjust it now before we surrender here. Don't ignore these small details. When parts of your body are asking for attention, they're not completely at ease and they will continue to distract you. We have time. Make yourself comfortable. You have your permission to relax. Now let's turn your attention to the breath. Go ahead and inhale through your nose and be aware of the breath as it fills your lungs. Your abdomen rises. Pause naturally at the top of your breath, and then begin the exhalation, continuing to breathe out through the nose while allowing the abdomen to fall naturally as air leaves your lungs. Continue. Inhaling and exhaling with a natural pause in between. Allow yourself to relax and allow the rhythmic nature of the breath to take over as inhalation and exhalation flow effortlessly into one another. Shift your awareness now and notice the back of your body as it rests against the floor. Notice the way it's supported by the floor underneath you. Soon the back of the body will begin to feel a gentle warmth as it rests against the floor. Now allow this sensation to rise through to the front of the body. Feel it first in your face and allow your face to just relax. The front of the neck and throat relaxes, the chest, the tops of the shoulders, they melt. The arms relax, all the way through the forearms, through the wrists, and right through to the tips of your fingers. Relax the rib cage. Shift your awareness to your abdomen. Notice it moving in accompaniment with the breath, but particularly focus on its relaxation. Move your awareness into your hips. Notice your glutes and allow them to relax one more time. Notice your legs and feel the top of the thighs soften. Move attention into your knees, the back of the knees, your shins, your ankles, and then all the way down into the tips of the toes. Relax. Allow that relaxing sensation to slowly move up through your body. A warming sensation, like stepping into a warm bath, moving all the way up to the crown of the head. As muscles relax, the nerve impulses traveling to and from them decrease, and the brain calms down. A message of relaxation spreads throughout your entire nervous system. We will remain here for another few minutes. And now, if you find your mind becomes busy with thoughts, that's okay, first of all. But use the breath to guide you back to the sensation and the present moment. Focusing back on that inhalation and relaxing into that exhalation.
Start to move through the tips of your fingers and toes. Roll your ankles. Roll your wrists. Keep your eyes closed though. Come to interlace your fingers. Arms reach up above your head. Lengthen. And then very slowly hug the right knee in towards your chest. Squeeze it in. Change sides. Hug the left knee in. Right leg extends. Hug both knees in. Let yourself roll onto your right side. Use your hands to push yourself up to a seated position. Put my mic behind me. Alrighty. Palms together. Gently bow the head. Fingertips come in between the eyebrows. Thank you so much for practicing. Well done, everyone. Namaste.
Oh, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you so much for practicing, and let me know any requests that you have for future classes in the comments below. And you guys know I'm so awkward with this whole finishing bit. I always forget what I meant to say, and I don't know how to like round things up. So I'm just gonna go like this.